There is a lot going on at the moment. Taylor Swift has announced her next single from the life of a showgirl. Travis Kelce has announced his plans for his career. And we potentially have a Reputation Vault track Easter egg to discuss. I'm going to cover all of this and more in this live episode. Welcome to Hits Different. Lee hee hee. I'm Molly, co host of this podcast, alongside my best friend Ryan. Sadly, she is working tonight and could not be here to join me, but I know that she would have a lot of thoughts on all the things that we're about to discuss. Thank you for everyone who's joining this live stream right now on YouTube. If you're watching, give it a like. And if you are not subscribed to our channel, click that subscribe button right now. That helps our channel reach more people on YouTube. Shout out to our YouTube members and our Patreon members. We are so thankful for your support. You guys are the reasons that this show can continue and that we can keep trying to make content for you guys that you want to see. So we really appreciate anyone who is able to give us that extra level of support. And shout out to anyone who is watching this on Patreon right now. We will have the links to Patreon in the description of this episode and YouTube membership if you're interested. We have people joining us in this live stream from all over the world: Malaysia, Australia, Canada, America. It's so fun to see you guys all live chatting. And some people have said, I had no idea that Rep was entering the chat in an Easter egg form. Yep. Oh, yes. We got some stuff to talk about today. Okay. All right. But the first topic is Elizabeth Taylor. Do you think it's forever? Elizabeth Taylor is the next single on the life of a showgirl. The third single now officially from the album. The first one was The Fate of Ophelia. The second one was Opalite very recently. And now the third is Elizabeth Taylor. I know for a lot of people, Elizabeth Taylor was high up there, if not number one on their rankings for the life of a showgirl when it first came out. So I'm assuming that all of you out there are super pumped that this is going to be the next single. Myself and Ryan are very, very pumped. We love this song. We said after we heard The Life of a Showgirl for the first time that we felt like tracks 1, 2, and 3, actually even like going all the way to 4 with Father Figure included, might be Taylor's strongest album opening ever. And I think that the fact that these are the first 3 songs, or the first 3 singles from the album, just kind of shows that she agrees with us. So it was actually announced by Billboard today that Elizabeth Taylor is officially going to become a radio single, and it's tracking to debut on the radio playlist for the March 21st dated charts. So it should start popping up on radio stations near you soon. But it was actually first announced that it was going to be a single because of a Record Store Day announcement. So if you aren't familiar with Record Store Day, Taylor participates in this quite often. And I have a little visual for you all to see here of what this Elizabeth Taylor single special edition vinyl for Record Store Day is going to look like. So Taylor Nation posted this about a week ago now. They said, put it in the papers, on the screen, and in their minds. Elizabeth Taylor and Elizabeth Taylor So Glamorous cabaret version will be available on a Cry My Eyes Violet glitter 7-inch vinyl as part of Record Store Day in 2026. So Record Store Day is this special day that happens every year, typically in one of those middle weekends in April, where local record stores will get these limited edition releases from artists. And it's to encourage people to go out and support buying things at their local record stores, right? So you're not going to be able to buy this on Taylor Swift's store on her online site like you can with most of her music. It'll be exclusive to those local record stores. If you're wondering if there's a record store near you that's participating in Record Store Day, then you can go to recordstoreday.com. If you're listening on the chat right now or on the live stream, Alex will put the link in the chat, and then we'll put this in the description of the episode later if you want to go check it out. But these vinyls are very limited. So the record stores near us in the past have maybe gotten like 10 copies. And in my average sized city, there will be hundreds of people in line, not just for Taylor's music on Record Store Day, but so many different artists who put out special editions. So if you want to get this vinyl, you got to get in line early on Record Store Day. Well, look how pretty this vinyl looks. Okay, the violet glitter disc looks so cool. Let me know your thoughts. In chat, they're saying the gold glitter on the purple and black vinyl make it look extremely regal. When is Record Store Day? It is April 18th. Someone's saying my sound is cutting out. Am I okay, Alex? All right, cool. Cam commented on this post and said, it's the best song on the album. It looks so pretty, this vinyl. For anyone who's listening to this audio later, go check it out on Taylor Nation's Instagram. It seriously looks so pretty. But what I want to focus in on is the photos that are being used to promote this. Okay. So the photos that are being used to promote this, we've seen Taylor in this kind of Cleopatra style costume, which is a nod to Elizabeth Taylor. She's wearing this brown wig that has bangs and a bob. And we saw her in these outfits in the original Life of a Showgirl vinyl variants. There were these different photo shoots and different photos and different versions of the vinyls. And in those photo shoots, Taylor was in these outfits. So it's not the first time that we're seeing her dressed like this. She also dressed like Elizabeth Taylor in the Fate of Ophelia music video. But the thing that I find interesting is that I feel like she had already pre-planned the singles in a way because of the way she did these promo shoots before the album was ever even released. Because if you remember back to when they announced the Opalite, that Opalite was going to be the second single, the photos that we were seeing to promote the Opalite vinyl were also photos from the original Showgirl photo shoot. Now I'm showing them on the screen right now. If you don't remember, she's wearing this like blue but white, like pearly blue sparkly leotard or bodysuit, whatever you want to call it. And we had seen that photo in the Life of a Showgirl vinyls. So she had these Opalite coded photos in there. She had these Elizabeth Taylor photos in there. I wonder if there are other Easter eggs that might not it if there's going to be more singles. But I just think it's really interesting that she already had such good photos to be able to promote these. And I remember when we were seeing the Opalite promotion originally that I was like, wait, was this photo of her in this bodysuit from a music video? And that's why it's this random photo in the Life of a Showgirl vinyl. And maybe she had already recorded it and this outfit's going to be in the music video. Well, that theory of mine was wrong. She wasn't wearing this in the music video. The music video had a totally different aesthetic and it was unrelated to this photo shoot. But now I'm wondering, should we be expecting a music video for Elizabeth Taylor as well? Because the promotion feels pretty similar. I mean, this is going to come out on Record Store Day. Will there be a music video that comes out after that for Elizabeth Taylor? Are you following me? Are you picking up what I'm putting down? Let me know what you think. Do we think we're going to get an Elizabeth Taylor music video is my overall question. I'm down to clown for it. She said in the fall that she wants to have a lot of music videos for this era. And it's not off the table that she would make music videos for all of these songs. If you think back to Midnight's, she didn't have 3 singles for Tortured Poets, 3 radio singles specifically. If you go back to Midnight's, she did. It was Antihero, it was Bejeweled, it was Lavender Haze, and then Karma. So she actually had 4 music videos for Midnight's, and we have 2 right now for Showgirl. So I feel like a third is a safe bet. And if that does happen, then Ryan and I will both get points towards our overall predictions for 2026, because I predicted that Taylor would make an Opalite music video and Ryan predicted Elizabeth Taylor, and so we would both be right. Chat is saying definitely, of course, yes, a video, please. Make videos for them all. I mean, low-key, one of my biggest dreams would be for Taylor to do an entire visual album. Someone thinks Selena could star in reference to her violet-eyed Instagram post. Ooh. All right, there's a poll about trying to get the Elizabeth Taylor RSD vinyl in chat. Are you going to try to get it? Yes, 46%. Not this time, 45%. It's always gone to my area, 9%. Yeah, and I try every year, and last year I got super lucky because the store I was waiting at, I could tell after a couple hours there was no way I was getting it, and I went to a different store, and they luckily still had a copy of the Fortnite special edition record store day. Imagine if she did music videos for all 12 songs. That's what I'm saying. Like, it would be my dream for Taylor to make a visual album like Beyonce's Lemonade, where we have a video that's cohesive that goes throughout the entire album. I feel like Midnight's and Showgirl both would have been great with a visual album like that, but I can dream for the future. She also was a little busy with an entire world tour that was like 3.5 hours long in 2 years, so it's fine. Given the number of references to Liz Taylor throughout Taylor's career, it would be a shame to not get a music video for this song. Agree. Leslie said today's her 39th birthday. Happy birthday. Dave pointed out that Taylor Swift looked like Elizabeth Taylor in the Wildest Dreams music video. Yes, that reminds me, actually. We did talk about all of these parallels between Elizabeth Taylor and Taylor Swift in our full lyric breakdown for the song Elizabeth Taylor. I think it's one of our best lyric breakdowns, if I do say so myself. We deep dived on all of these lyrical parallels in that song and the connections, again, between Elizabeth and Taylor Swift herself. So if you want to go back and listen to that, if you didn't catch it, or if you haven't seen it yet and you want to get excited for this record store day release and this next single, go back and watch or listen to our Elizabeth Taylor deep dive. We will link to that in the description of this episode as well. All right. I think that covers everything for Elizabeth Taylor being the next single. Let me know if you have guesses for a 4th single too. I would really, really love for there to be a father figure or canceled music video, but I don't want to hope and dream for too much, you know? We gotta try to stay reasonable sometimes. As I already said, that we're clowning about Reputation Fall tracks later in this episode. Easy Chair resident in chat said, if Taylor isn't in the father figure video, I want Leo DiCaprio in it. That's awesome. Rosie says, I want more videos. This has been amongst her best era for music videos. Fully agree. Fate of Ophelia and Opalite were both masterpieces in their own, like, very different in their own ways. So good. Rumor has it we might get 6 singles. Oh my gosh, what would the other ones be? All right. Next topic. I'm really excited to talk about this one because, as you guys know, Opalite is my favorite song from the life of a showgirl. And Opalite went #1 on the Hot 100. To celebrate, Taylor shared some behind the scenes footage on Instagram, and this was her caption. Stand by. Just a few Opalite memories to celebrate the Hot 100 #1. You guys just got this song. I can't even sum up my excitement. I'm so blown away by the love you've shown and by the love you let me restart that. I'm so blown away by the love you've shown this song and video. To put this into perspective, this is actually the first time I've had 2 Hot 100 #1s off of one album since my album 1989 came out in 2014, nearly 12 years ago. I know that's a lot of numbers, but it all adds up to me being so thankful to the fans who helped make this happen by welcoming this song into your lives with open arms. Seriously, bouncing off the walls about this. Just wanted to say thank you. Might go buy a giant pretzel at the mall to celebrate. If you know, you know. And she had a pretzel emoji, a cactus emoji, and a rock. I love it when Taylor gives us these captions with lots of numbers in it. Now, I'm not the resident clown here, and there are a lot of numbers. But I actually am not reading too far into the numbers here. Let me know in chat if you guys are. I think the numbers are just pretty straightforward. Like nearly 12 years ago, this was Showgirl's her 12th album. You know, I think that those are the kind of ties here. I didn't go through adding up all the numbers in this post, but I do have a theory that I'm going to share with you in a second about this post in general. However, this post had the cutest behind the scenes videos from the life of a showgirl. So we've got Taylor working with Max Martin and Shellback, recording the album. We've got Taylor doing dances behind the scenes with Mandy Moore, the choreographer for the Eras tour that's now been choreographing her music videos too. We've got Taylor in her Opalite 90s outfit saying that it's the most like herself that she's ever felt, which is very appropriate because I think we all felt like she looked very much herself. Like she could rock being a brunette for sure. If you haven't listened to the clips that she posted from behind the scenes with audio, I definitely recommend doing that. I'm just scrolling through them right now and not playing the audio, but her voice sounds so good when she's recording the vocals. And then it's just so cool to hear the different ways that Max Martin and Shellback add sound to the production of the song. You know, sometimes it's clapping, sometimes it's like this little, I don't know if it was an instrument or just something that they use to like produce part of the track. You'll see it if you go and scroll through. It's really cool. And then it ends on a picture of all of them in the studio with champagne. Taylor was rocking her Team USA crew neck, and the timing of this being posted was around the time of the Winter Olympics, but the photo would have been taken at around the time of the Summer Olympics previously. So it's just kind of that's a cool little tie-in. Anyway, I love it when we get these little BTS clips. I love Taylor celebrating her successes and obviously acknowledging that the fans are helping to get these songs up in the charts. How cool is it that this is the first time since 1989 that she had 2 #1s off of the same album be the #1 on the Hot 100? That's wild. It's wild. All right, I'm reading the chat now. Of course, there are Easter eggs in the numbers, but Ryan clowns with math the best. Yeah, she's gonna have to fill us in the next episode on what numbers I'm probably overlooking here.
And Molly,
yeah,
the chat is outvoting you 81-21. Sorry, now it's 79-21. The numbers in Instagram mean something.
Oh, a post. The poll says, are the numbers in her Instagram post about Opalite Easter eggs? And 76% of you say yes. Oh, I just realized you could hear Alex. He has his own mic. I'm like repeating it as if they couldn't hear you.
They can hear me. And that's probably not great for them.
Well, let me know what you're clowning about then, because I have no theories based off of this. People are debating Taylor's hair color. So funny. Okay. Here's the other thing that I wanted to point out about this post, that this is what I'm clowning about instead of the numbers, all right? So, Taylor being like, thank you so much for the fans for getting this song to #1. She's done this before. May I bring to the evidence this post from 2023. It was in October of 2023. The Eras Tour had already had about 50 shows in the US that summer, and it was about to go international. And at that point, Cruel Summer, which was notably not a single originally off of the Lover album, became so popular because of the Eras Tour that it became a #1. And I'm like, you know, I do feel like I should play this audio if that's possible, Alex. Can I play it? We'll see it. Let me know if this works, all right? Do you hear anything? I did. All right, it's fine. All right. So, essentially, it's Taylor and Jack, and they are at what I think is Electric Lady Studios. That's my guess. And they're like, "Oh my gosh, I cannot believe that Cruel Summer has become a #1 song 4 years later." And they're freaking out about it, and they're like, you guys are the reason. It's always been our favorite from Lover, but it was our secret favorite. And is it coming through? Cool. Alex fixed it. We're gonna play it. I might not be able to hear it myself. Oh, yes, I can. Nah, it's all good. I was in the middle of saying what it was anyway. So they're like, "Oh my gosh, we can't believe Cruel Summer is a single and it's #1, and it was always been our favorite. It was our secret favorite, but it was your all's favorite, so now it's #1. And thank you guys so much, right?" And then as you scroll, you see a photo of Taylor holding up a 1 and Jack kind of holding up just his hands, right? But count the number of fingers that are being held up in this photo. It adds up to 11, okay? Jack's got all 10 of his fingers being displayed. Taylor's holding up a #1. It all looks like a coincidence, all right? Scroll to the next one. Once again, they combined total were holding up 11 fingers. And this, my friends, you've probably heard me talk about before, was, in my opinion, the first concrete Easter egg that we got for the Tortured Poets Department. This was October of 2023. The Tortured Poets Department would go on to be announced in February at the Grammys in 2024 and be released in April. But when Taylor and Jack posted this, I think she intentionally included them holding up these 11 fingers to start Easter egging my 11th album is coming. And so I'm just saying that it's interesting to me. Like, here's another similar post celebrating a #1 hit, and she's posting from the studio. Maybe there's a 13 hiding in here somewhere. Y'all let me know. So I don't think it's the numbers in the caption. I think it's something about the post itself. Let me know your thoughts. Hi, Vandal. 11 plus 11 equals 22. I mean, okay. That is Swiftie math. But I need a 13 out of this post, is what I'm saying. There has to be a 13 in here somewhere. Or is it the fact that there's like three of them in this photo? And so that somehow makes 13. I don't know. She's holding up 5 fingers in the first video. I did notice that too. I did notice that. Maybe if you go through all of them, maybe somehow she's holding up enough fingers that adds up to 13. I don't know, from the whole slideshow. Yeah, you guys let me know. But this is my theory overall, is that there's more to this than meets the eye. And the numbers in the caption might be just distracting from some other very obvious Easter egg. All right. Other things for Opalite to talk about that we haven't gotten to yet is that there were 2 extended versions of the Opalite music video that had some bonus edition footage at the end. So if you guys got to watch that, those are really cool. If you haven't seen it yet, they're definitely on Apple Music and Spotify. I believe they're on YouTube as well. And you have to watch the like it starts playing the full music video, and then at the end of the music video is that bonus extended footage. So if you click into it and it starts playing the music video, that is intentional. There were also multiple remixes released for Opalite, and one of them was incepted by Killer Trav himself. So Chris Lake is apparently an artist that Travis was already a big fan of. And Chris Lake posted this DM exchange with Travis with Travis's permission. He posted this on Instagram. And the caption was, "When Killa Trav and Taylor Swift hit you up about an official remix, you get it done. My official remix of Opalite by Taylor Swift is now available for pre-order on CD." And then he shows the screenshots of the DMs with Travis. So Chris DM'd Travis back in January and said, "Travis, how's it going? Just heard you and Taylor were listening to my tracks. Great to hear. I'm going to take a crack at remixing this track for her. No idea how I'll get on, but I'll do my best." And Travis replied, "Chris, you're a legend, bro. Love everything you've come out with. And Chemistry is one of my favorite albums I listen to right now. Can't wait to see how you put it together, man. Caught you in the Fish at Coachella a while back. It's still one of my favorite sets of all time." Now I'm gonna keep reading the rest of these TMs. It's so interesting to see how this played out. So Chris responds, "Thank you so much. I'm on it. Have a great weekend." And Travis is like, "Can't wait to hear you come up with." And then like a day and a half later, basically like 2 days later, Chris says, "I got something really cool. I'll send it soon. It's too long right now." And Travis says, "Dog, I'm pumped. Let's go. Can't wait to hear what you cooked up." And then Chris sends them the file, and Travis is like, "Brain exploding emoji, fire emoji. Bro, how did you put this together? This is so good. I'm going to be ripping this every car ride. She," meaning Taylor, "loves it too. Her team's going to reach out." And then the next slide of this post shows like, "Hey, here's the CD, this Chris Lake remix of this CD." How cool is that? That this artist that Travis was already a fan of just whipped this up together, and he's like DMing Travis through Instagram, and then boom, he has an official remix of a Taylor Swift song. I love how supportive Travis is of Taylor and like introducing her into like, the music that he's a fan of. We saw them going to different types of artists together back when they went to Coachella a couple of years ago, and like Travis went to see Bleachers play Jack Antonoff's band with Taylor. Like I just love the colliding of their worlds, and this was a perfect example of it. But there were multiple remixes, so let me know if you listened to any of them, which ones your favorites were. And oh, someone in chat is saying they saw Chris Lake in Orlando. That is so awesome. Love it. Oh, also, yes, Chris Lake did post a video about how he made the remix. Yes, you can check that one out. I just love these little crossover stories, you know? And speaking of Travis Kelce is coming back for his 14th season with the Chiefs. Let's go. Did say today uh that he probably knew since halfway through this past season that he was going to come back. Left us all wondering though. It's time to figure it out. Apparently, that was partially Jason's advice that made Travis kind of keep that closer to the vest because Jason had told him that it was important to get some space after the season and really think about things, make sure you knew what you wanted to do. But Travis wanted to come back. So coming back for his 14th season. He's going to be with the Chiefs. There was a brief moment there on Sunday night where a story broke that made it seem like Travis might come back but play for a different team, and I was panicking then. Um, then Travis was on the Pat McAfee show yesterday. I believe it was yesterday. The days all blur together. And in the Pat McAfee show, Travis was asked about Taylor and if she influenced this decision at all. And he said that seeing how passionate Taylor is about her work, how much joy it brings her, how much energy she puts into her craft, and just how excited and like fresh she seems to feel about writing songs and coming up with melodies and just all parts of that process, that really inspired him to think, I'm also not ready to give this up yet. And he mentioned how they both have dreamed of doing the things that they're doing now since they were kids, and obviously had to work so hard to get where they are in both of their careers, and that they both just really have that understanding and appreciation that kind of motivates each other to continue pushing themselves and be the best at what they do. And I loved hearing that side of it. Pat McAfee is always really good at getting asking those kinds of questions about Travis in a way that's like very respectful of their relationship and not like too invasive of the personal life, but just kind of helping to get that context and give Travis an opportunity to kind of gush about Taylor, which I know that we all love. One of the key things to talk about there though is that Travis seemed to be saying something similar to what he said around this time last year of like, "Oh, she's always writing new music. She's always making songs." He was saying it very much like last year, that's what he said, and then we got Showgirl. The way he talked about it this week seemed very much present tense. And I'm not trying to read into it too much because I think we as Swifties know that Taylor is always writing music. But I'm just saying, same thing happened last year, and then we got an album. So, um, it's interesting. It's interesting. There's also been a lot of jokes this week about Donna's home renovation. If you haven't heard about this, there was a TMZ tweet that went out saying that Donna Kelce's modest home is getting renovated, and we do not usually touch those types of personal stories on our show. The reason I'm bringing it up is because it's become this almost inside joke amongst Swifties and New Heights fans and just the internet in general, just kind of poking fun at the fact that this was some breaking news story from TMZ. So even Pat McAfee asked Travis about it on the show, and then if you watch the New Heights episode, they ended up calling Donna and asking her about the renovation, and it became just like hilarious thing. But in the New Heights episode that came out today, Travis confirmed, as we had heard earlier this week, that he is coming back for his 14th season. He's super pumped. Um, he was already planning on coming back before Patrick got injured, and he has full faith that with Patrick's injury and rehab that they're going to be back in it. And with that, I feel like it's time to bring in our Chiefs correspondent, because there's some other big football news for the Chiefs, including a Super Bowl MVP. that they just got. Drum roll for Alex.
Well, it's funny because you said bring home, and I felt like I was home. Isn't this my home?
I mean, yes, we are at
Oh,
home.
okay. All right, cool. Just checking. Hey, everyone. Can you hear us all right? I've been fighting the audio controller, so I appreciate everyone's patience. It's a stream tradition here for the audio to not work the way we want it to.
I thought maybe I was just moving too much.
No, you're fine. It should be adjusting. But yes, Kenneth Walker. I see it in the chat. I see you, Vandal. She knows her ball. Kenneth Walker won the MVP of the Super Bowl and then left that team and signed a 3-year deal with the Chiefs. And I don't want to get too football-y here, but one of the things that people say is you don't pay running backs a lot of money, and he got paid a good amount of money. But I'd also point out that I think the salary cap, which means the limit into which you can pay a full team's worth of salary, I think it's going to go way, way up, and this deal is going to look real, real good in like 2 years. So if you've watched our Patreon videos about the Chiefs, Juwan Taylor was a feature of that. He plays on the offensive line. I never like to kick folks when they're down, but I will point out that he's no longer on the team. He was a free agent, and they decided to move on, and he was, I think, their 3rd or 4th highest paid player.
Yeah. So
the offensive line will still be a work in progress. You have a rookie that's showed a lot of promise last season on that side, but the Chiefs have not had a good running back like Kenneth Walker in a minute, and I think it will make their offense a lot better because they don't have to rely on Patrick so much, and obviously we have to see what Patrick is like post-injury, but if you're a Chiefs fan right now, you should be feeling pretty good. So I know we're on a Taylor Swift podcast, and a football podcast is broken out, but if I'm a Chiefs fan, I'm pretty pumped today.
Also, shout out to Sarah. I just realized she's in this chat. Different than the Vandal. There are 2 Sarahs. Yeah, defense needs a little bit of work. What are your opinions?
Yeah, it does. I mean, they lost Trent McDuffie in a trade. That was their own decision there. So it definitely needs some work. But Spagnuolo is also one of those defensive coordinators that always seems to outperform the players he has on his roster. All due respect to the players on the roster. So you still have Chris Jones, still wrecks games. I think there was a lot of things that went wrong last season during game flow. But in this circumstance, if I'm a Chiefs fan, I'm feeling good. If I'm a Patriots fan, I'm feeling pretty good too. We've been signing some players.
Alex was yelling a lot on Monday.
Well, I yelled the most because of Kenneth Walker.
It's like, oh my gosh. I'm like, what's happening? Like, the Chiefs signed Kenneth Walker. Mainly ready for Taylor's game fits. I know. Here's the thing. I don't know what to expect out of this season because Taylor noticeably did not publicize her attendance and arrivals this past season in the same way that, whether it was intentional or not, the same way that it was covered the first years. So I'll be interested to see going into this one if it's the same, like if she is seen upon arrival like she was in those first 2 seasons, or if it's more private, because we all loved the game day fits, but I understand the respect for her privacy.
How many people in chat watch the games every now and then or week to week? And what I mean by games is Chiefs games, but you can also watch other NFL games. I'm just curious if we're talking to people that, I know there's many people. Oh, we just, here goes the, camera blipped. We're good though. Every week, watching games. We'll take questions on the vinyl too. That's fine.
I've been so busy trying to keep up on the news about Donna's renovations that I missed the Kenneth Walker news.
I understand.
You know, there's a discrepancy amongst the number of windows that she may or may not be getting replaced. If you watched the New Heights episode today.
But at least the condensation will be taken care of.
I think the camera is my fault. I think I kicked the cord.
Oh, yeah, that would explain it. I'm seeing chat's catching up to me. I'm seeing every week, watching all the Chiefs games. That's great news. Hacker fan for my sins. Oh man,
that wasn't me that time. I didn't kick it.
Our camera likes to do this from time to time.
Yeah, sometimes it decides to struggle.
Still working.
It's blurry. Not yet. I can still talk to you guys, though. Hopefully. Raise your hand if you wish you could go to a Chiefs game with Alex and Molly. Alex and Molly just wish they could go to a Chiefs game in general, and then definitely with all of you. Camera blur is an Easter egg. I wish. It's called the iPhone locking up for some reason.
Yeah, we use the iPhone for a camera because it's great. I will point out that the Patriots do play at the Chiefs this season, and we are the schedule doesn't get announced for a couple months here, but we're keeping our eyes out. Let's put it that way.
We are manifesting. Would people want to do a Kansas City meetup? It's like you're in witness protection.
No, YouTube was like, if you're talking football, it has to be Chiefs related. Don't talk about the Patriots.
If it wasn't a 2 to 3 flight process to get to Kansas City, yeah, it's probably gonna be at least 2 flights for us as well. It's not a cheap trip to make. I'm assuming the tickets
are they cheap tickets, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know, but the Patriots are in the Super Bowl, so that's a Super Bowl team coming in to play a former Super Bowl champion in the last 2 years.
Oh, were the Patriots in the Super Bowl? I forgot.
I feel like a lot of people are honestly going to forget that we were in the Super Bowl.
The Super Bowl was a sad day in this household.
Bad Bunny was great, though.
I was probably more upset than Alex was, actually, though. And it's because...
I accepted defeat before the game.
Because the Chiefs spoiled me.
Yeah, that's what we're saying. So the opponents are usually known many years out. In this case, because you were close, we know all the opponents. So there's a lot of scenarios. And now the Patriots are a team that has gone to the Super Bowl. I say that again only to point out that means their profile has been risen up again to put them in primetime slots. So I expect that to be a likely Monday night, Sunday night, Thursday night football game.
Oh.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Interesting. Watch the Super Bowl this year for Bad Bunny. Yeah. He did such a great job. Nobody realized the Patriots were in the Super Bowl, not even the Patriots. Ouch.
I have no comeback.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I think that's the full Chiefs report, yeah?
Yeah, it's free agency's not over. The draft is in about 5 weeks or so, and the Chiefs have a better pick than they normally do because they didn't finish that well. So they'll keep building, but they will not be as bad as they were last season. That was a season from heck that just ran off the rails. So I expect them to return to a very prominent spot up top the AFC. But yes, that is your Chiefs correspondent wearing a Patriots sweatshirt. Okay, bye.
We got some Seahawks fans in the chat. All right. Those were our major topics, but I got a few more for you, including that reputation Easter egg that I alluded to. That's going to be my last little nugget for this live stream. before we get to that, Taylor's nominated for 9 categories at the iHeartRadio Music Awards that are coming up on March 26th. Now, you'll remember that in past years, Ryan and I, amongst many other Swifties, clowned very hard for Taylor to make an appearance at the iHeart Awards. Last year, we got the iconic recording of her accepting the award in front of the brick wall with the snake necklace. Oh, I should have worn my snake necklace. Darn. But however, the necklace that I'm wearing does have opal in it. If anyone watched our lyric breakdown for Opalite, I was talking about how I'd been looking for a piece of opal or opalite jewelry, and I actually was recently given this as a gift. So now I have my opalite jewelry. Full digression from the overall point I was trying to make about the iHeartRadio Music Awards. And it's that the categories, several of those 9 categories are fan voted. So make sure to go and vote for Taylor for the iHeartRadio Music Awards, because whether she attends in person or not, we got to vote for our girl. We got to get her those awards. Okay. Let me know if you think that she'll go or if it'll be a pre-recorded video. Another very fun piece of news is that the word Swifties was added to dictionary.com. The term, according to dictionary.com, means a fan of the music of Taylor Swift. So I think we all knew that, but now it's official. And the standard to get a word on dictionary.com is that the word must be widely used, widely understood, likely to last, and useful to a general audience. I thought that information was very interesting. So we apparently, as Swifties, meet all these categories: widely used, widely understood, likely to last, and useful to a general audience. And now it's time to talk about the Reputation Easter egg, which came from this Selena Gomez podcast that she participated in with her husband Benny and his friend Dave and Dave's wife. There's this new podcast that Benny is doing called Friends Keep Secrets, and Selena was a special guest on their second episode. The episode's pretty long, but if you go check it out, you could cut to the part where she talks about Taylor and her friendship with Taylor, a special gift that Taylor gave Selena once, that it was like this painted cloth that she cross-stitched words into, things Taylor Swift does for her friends for their 30th birthdays. Sorry to my friend who's in here. There's no, who I'm talking about, and there's no way I could ever do that for a birthday present. I am not that talented. But Selena, in this podcast interview, number one, confirmed that the song Dorothea from Evermore is about her. A lot of people had a theory that it was at least loosely based on her, and Selena confirmed that. But the interesting thing that she also talked about is that at one point, Taylor wrote a song about Taylor and Selena's friendship, or just like their stories when they were younger. And the song was called Family. Now, this is the quote from Selena from this podcast. There's this song that Taylor wrote about us, and it was called Family. And it was over easily a decade ago. Insinuating the lyrics without quoting it is basically saying that you have these amazing dreams. I want to be in movies. Like, in every crowd, I see you. And then talking about Taylor's part of the song, that I have these dreams of performing to stadiums, and and you support those too. So like that they were both their friendship, they were both supporting each other along the way, along this journey in their respective careers and with their respective goals. And this song is called Family. Okay. If you do a little online digging, I've seen multiple people reporting this. I cannot find like the factual information of this, but multiple different people have reported it. So I'm gonna let y'all know that apparently this song, Family, was registered in May of 2018. Now, that's after Reputation came out, but the theory is that it was an outtake from the Reputation era, from the recording of the original Reputation album, and that it didn't make the cut, but it did get registered officially as a song. It's never been leaked or like released in any way. But the fact that Selena intentionally brought this song up in this podcast interview, people are like, did Selena just confirm a song off the Reputation vault track? Is this the most clear Reputation Easter egg that we've gotten for the vault tracks? What if Selena is even featured on that song? That would make so much sense if you think about the Reputation era, what Taylor was going through at the time, the fact that a lot of people that she thought were her friends turned on her, that it might inspire her to write a song called Family that was appreciating the friends who were like family to her in that low point. And that could have been on Reputation, but it didn't make the cut, and now it's a vault track. Family vault track for Reputation. Vault tracks, yes. So, I'm glad Selena and Taylor are still friends and engaged together. Yes, she talked about how special it was that they're engaged at the same time, too. Theory from Lee that Debut will be the final Taylor's version re-recorded album she releases, and only the vault tracks for Rep. Yes. Yes. I generally agree with that as well. Taylor said the vault tracks will be fire. Yes, she did. I heard all of this chatter about Selena confirming that Dorothea was about her. And then when I went and watched the full episode for myself and saw the bit about her talking about the song Family and that it was registered in 2018, I'm like, how is this not being talked about more? No shade to Dorothea, but we've heard Dorothea and we already had this theory. So that wasn't really that surprising to me. We got snakes popping up in the chat. We got a poll. 81% of you be clowning. Chat, are we clowning? We clowning? 81%. And no is 22%. 22. How many vault tracks do you think we'll get on Reputation? I'm going to guess 6. The Hannah Montana 20-year anniversary is coming up. Crazier is in Hannah Montana the movie. Yes. Yes, it is. I still think that we're on track for Debut to Taylor's version to be released this year, along with the 20th anniversary of Debut. So while Selena verbally talking about this song Family that could be a Reputation vault track is very interesting, I'm not necessarily saying that that means the vault tracks are coming out before Debut. But who knows? More snakes. Let's go. Well, that was all my topics for today. So for the audio version of this podcast, I'm going to officially sign off. I'll keep talking in the chat for a little bit longer. But thank you to all of you who are listening to this. Please follow us wherever you're listening to this podcast and hit that subscribe button if you're watching on YouTube. We will catch you next time.